at the calf level. He used to go, Miss Russo, he must have put him in the dryer. He did his own laundry for the first time in his life.
You're terrible.
I went to a boarding school. I did my laundry.
That is terrible.
What else, Steve?
Don't show no shoes. Good morning, everybody. I would like to say this. First of all, Shay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hoosiers. Handled their
Let's
business.
go.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Sergeant Friday, it's always good to see you. And
too.
Doggy, I must give him props today. Doggy's son was at the national championship game, and Doggy picked up the phone and said, don't be bugging people out there, okay? You be quiet and you behave yourself. And I must say, Little Mad Dog was on his best behavior.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, it was great hanging with them. We were hanging out together. We were talking, you know what I'm saying? In the suite, we were having a good time. He was, as Doggy would say, good boy, good boy.
Very good. Because he's a born in a china shop, little Colin Russo. I said, give Steve his space. He wants to have his little supper, his little hood on, and he wants me in the left corner. He don't want to deal with you. So I made sure I told him that.
I love it.
All right. I love that we're still reliving Monday night. We'll do that more later on as well. But let's go to Monday morning and what we learned. And that was that the Bills fired head coach Sean McDermott on Monday after 9 years in Buffalo, 8 of which McDermott led the Bills to the postseason, but of course never reached the Super Bowl. The change comes just 2 days after the Bills lost to the Broncos in overtime, which of course ended their season in the divisional round of the playoffs. Meanwhile, Adam Schefter is reporting that the Bills have requested to interview Brian Daboll for their head coaching vacancy. Now, despite throwing 3 touchdowns against the Broncos on Saturday, Josh Allen committed 4 turnovers, tied for the most in any game in his career. Allen became the first player with 2 interceptions, 2 lost fumbles in a playoff game since Carson Palmer did it in the 2015 NFC Championship. Look, this coaching hire is very paramount for what happens with Josh Allen in his future. A lot of people believe, like myself, a big reason why Sean McDermott was fired was because they never actually reached a Super Bowl. But let's focus in on the quarterback here. How much criticism does Josh Allen deserve after this fallout?
Well, first off, you can't give him the 2 interceptions because the other second interception, freaking Cooks rolled over and the other guy came up with the football. So right out of the gate, that turnover scenario is a little misleading because that second one was not his fault.
No, that's not a good ball. He's got to lead that ball.
Oh, nonsense. Catch the football. He had it in his hands. Oh, you're nuts.
No,
you are crazy.
And it's an interception. You're wrong on both counts.
No, you're nuts. No way. Allen's taking way too much abuse here. Here's what I'm going to tell people as a sports fan. At 27-23, late with 2:38 to go in a game, on 3rd and 11, was anybody thinking when Denver had the ball, was anybody thinking about the turnover at the end of the first half? I certainly wasn't. You are crazy.
And it's an interception. You're wrong on both counts.
You're nuts. No way. Allen's taking way too much abuse here. Here's what I'm going to tell people as a sports fan. At 27-23, late with 2:38 to go in a game, on 3rd and 11, was anybody thinking when Denver had the ball, was anybody thinking about the turnover at the end of the first half? I certainly wasn't, because if they stop him on 3rd and 11, Peyton punts, and they're going to win the game 27-23. So on 3rd and 11, when he found Sutton for 26 yards, wide open, a horrendous job by the defensive secondary. You can't give him that play. That game was over. Plus, how about an overtime? You're telling me Hardeman can't catch that ball in overtime? When he dropped it on 2nd and 10 right in his hands, he catches the football. Buffalo wins the game. They would have had a first down at the Denver 40-yard line. And then you bring in Cooks, who you're now blaming for the fact it's a bad throw. Jeff, calm down. Cooks has got the football.
So wait a minute. You're saying Josh Allen does not deserve all the criticism he's getting from all this fallout?
Definitely not. Oh, my God, no. How does he do? They scored 27 points in the game. He threw 3 touchdown passes.
Who are you?
27-23, Jeff.
Easy. You are the Josh Allen apologist. Listen, if you get all the credit as a quarterback, you got to take the blame. Some
of it.
Hey, that play at the end of the first half, you cannot, as is what Josh Allen is expected to do, you know you have no margin for error on the defense. You know you don't have receivers. That's Brandon Beane's fault. That Hardeman and whoever, that's all on them. They could have went out and got receivers that were better than what they had. But Josh Allen played poorly in this game. And does he give you enough plays to possibly win? Sure. But so C.J. Stroud's team was in the game. And you still got to give him credit for or give him responsibility for playing poorly. Like Josh Allen, you can't turn the ball. You don't have enough margin
Jeff,
for error.
they had a 27-23 lead with 2:38 to go in the game on 3rd and 11. Make a stop.
No. You have lost it.
Get in on this. Do you think Josh Allen deserves some of the criticism he's getting from this fallout?
He deserves some of the blame because you've got to play. You know that your back is against the wall, or you're bereft of the level of talent that you once had with the Stephon Diggs of the world and others.
Yeah.
And you've got to play a near-perfect game in order to beat the #1 seed in the AFC. But I agree mostly with Doggy. I'm very disappointed that Sergeant Friday has me agreeing with Doggy this early in the show. That's something I'm allergic to doing.
No, you're
but I have
totally
to agree. I have to agree with Doggy in this one. You had a 27-23 lead. With 2 minutes left. I mean, listen, that's your game to lose if you're the Buffalo Bills. Okay, now, obviously, it would have been nice if he didn't have those turnovers. That interception that Cooks had in his hand, that was in his hands, Jeff. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't let the corner come in and take it out of your hands. It was in your hands. Josh Allen's job is to put the ball in the hands of his receivers. It ain't his job to hold on to it for him. All right? That's on Cooks more so than Josh Allen. He put it right there. It's right there in his hand.
That ball is
it's right there in his hand.
Oh my God!
Look at the play. Look at the play, Jeff. I don't understand. Listen. I know my sister Carmen. Hold on. I know my sister Carmen is watching, and she loves old blue eyes. She loves old blue eyes, right? This is the problem with blue eyes. This is the problem with the blue eyes of Jeff Saturday. It's impaired. Okay, the ball is in the hands of the receiver. Cooks has it. All right. Your running back that's being a wideout. It's in his hands.
It's in the DB's hands too, S.A.
Listen, no. The point is that it's your job to hold it. It's Allen's job to get the ball to him. It's his job to hold on to the ball once he has it in his hands. I can't put that on Allen. I can put the turnover at the end of the first half on him. I can certainly say he didn't play a flawless game. But I also got to primarily agree with Doggy. You've got a 27-23 lead. You're going up against the #1 seed, got 68 sacks on the season, 4 shy of the all-time record, 14 better than anybody else in the National Football League, who were expected to hunt and literally terrorize you all afternoon long. And you are in a position to win the game courtesy of putting up 27 points. They ain't up 7-3. They ain't up 10-7. 27 points the Buffalo Bills put up and couldn't stave off the Denver Broncos. Yes, Allen was not perfect. He deserves some of the blame, but certainly not as much as people are willing to give him.
Good job, Stephen.
Oh, my word.
Oh, yeah, shut him up right away.
No, I thought you were going to talk. I thought you were going to applaud your boy for backing you up right now.
Good job.
You are lost. I'm shocked. No. It's 27. Can you roll the play on 3rd and 11, please? Sam, do something in there today for a second. Can you roll the play on 3rd and 11, which Stevie was referring to at the end of regulation?
Listen to me.
Take a look at this play.
Oh, my word.
It was wide open for crying out loud. How do you not give the defense blame on that?
I do give the defense blame, but the defense was not what you're writing. You are not riding this defense into the playoffs. You understand you're going to have to outscore. You're not going to shut down Bo Nix. You're not going to shut down the Denver. They played as well as they could. The week before in Jacksonville, everybody's like, oh, the defense played. They didn't play good there either. They got away with some stuff. Lawrence made some mistakes. Same thing with Nix. This was not a defense you knew you could depend on and lean on. Just be real about what your team is. The defense hasn't been what you expected it to be.
It's one play, Jeff.
Exactly. It's situational.
It's 3rd and 11. It's one play. Make sure he doesn't get the first down.
Word, dude. That's all football. It's one play here and there. There's 5 plays a game that decide them. You don't know which ones they are.
Listen, your argument would be better served, Jeff, if it was from a macro perspective. Josh Allen committed 4 turnovers on Saturday. Coming into that, his previous 6 playoff games, he didn't commit 1.
Right.
Okay, so obviously that's a glaring discrepancy. No turnovers in your previous 6 playoff games, and then you show up here and commit 4 turnovers on Saturday at the Mile High City against the number 1 seed. Certainly, if you came from that perspective, I get where you're coming from. But when you compartmentalize and pick apart plays the way that Doggy did, Doggy's points are more valid here. You got Cooks, you got to hold on to that ball. You got a 27-23 lead. Your defense got to make a stop.
No.
You can't make a stop on a 3rd and 11. You got a berth to the AFC Championship game on the line. Stop some damn body.
No.
You got to be able to do something like that. That's not on Josh Allen.
No, y'all
You can't do
cherry
that.
pick. You and Doug are cherry picking plays and opportunities and situations. When you look at a football game in totality,
Ain't that what you do?
When you look at this, I'm saying Josh Allen. You just said it best. Josh Allen can't turn the ball over 4 times. You can't. You don't have the margin for error of a Buffalo Bills team to tolerate 4 turnovers from your best player. That's the bottom line. Your best player at that moment has to play the best.
Oh, God.
And that's just a fact.
I'm sick, Jeff.
Oh, my God.
Jeff, I'm sick.
Oh, my word. You're from the world of basketball.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
Oh.
You don't know what I'm going to say. I just got a text from Carmen.
Yes.
You leave my blue-eyed buddy alone. Jeff
Yes.
Saturday is the
She
greatest.
knows.
Leave him alone. This is pathetic. This is
knows.
pathetic right here.
She
And
knows right is right.
You got to get family siding with you. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. No,
should.
Carmen, I'm not listening to you.
Carmen,
okay?
talk
I'm
some
getting
sense into
on
your
Jeff
brother.
because Jeff is wrong this
No.
morning. You started off the show wrong, Sergeant Friday.
Okay, let me
Get it
add on
together.
to this really
Get
quick.
it
Bills
together.
owner Terry Pagula just spoke to the media, and he said this: "My decision to move on at the head coach position was based on the results in Denver." He cited the devastation in the locker room and the tears shed by one Josh Allen. So that was the big reason why they decided to make
What?
a coaching change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Josh Allen's crying because he had.
Can you tell that? Can
y'all
you
back
repeat
that up, too.
No. The audience needs to absorb what we just heard from Shay